The planet Voltara, in the royal palace of the Voltaran Empire, Princess Kira stands before the grand mirror in her golden tower, watching servants prepare her for another meaningless ceremony. At 23, she has spent her entire life locked behind palace walls, bound by ancient traditions that dictate every moment of her existence. Her blue-scaled skin gleams under the artificial lights, but her violet eyes hold no spark of joy. The Voltaran people are a proud, ancient race who conquered half the galaxy through rigid discipline and unwavering tradition. For 1,000 years, their princesses have been kept pure and untouched, trained only in ceremony and protocol, waiting for arranged marriages that serve the Empire's political needs. Today marks another ritual, the Festival of the Silver Moon, where Kira must stand motionless for 6 hours while citizens offer prayers to her as a living symbol of their empire's glory. She has done this hundreds of times, always wondering what lies beyond the palace walls. Her father, Emperor Voss, announces her engagement to Prince Dral of the neighboring Corvain system. It is a political alliance that will bring military strength to both empires. Kira has never met Dral, but she has heard whispers that he is cruel and sees women as property. That night, as Kira stares out her tower window at the stars, she makes a desperate decision. She will escape during the next ceremony and see the galaxy for herself, even if it means death. She begins planning, studying guard rotations and palace layouts, unaware that her life is about to change in ways she never imagined. The human merchant ship, Aurora's Dream, receives permission to dock at Voltara's trade port. Captain Tom Blake, a 30-year-old former Earth military officer, leads a small crew that trades rare minerals across the outer systems. Humans are new to this part of the galaxy, often looked down upon by older races as primitive and unpredictable. Tom notices unusual military activity around the Palace District, but focuses on his trade mission. He has no idea that his arrival will set in motion events that will shake the foundations of an ancient empire. Asterisk, the escape attempt begins 3 days later. During the Festival of Golden Dawn, Kira executes her plan. While the palace buzzes with ceremony, she slips away from her guards using servant passages she memorized from old palace maps. Her heart pounds as she discards her ceremonial robes for simple clothes stolen from the laundry. For the first time in her life, Kira walks through the lower city among common people. Everything amazes her: the smell of street food, the sound of children laughing, the sight of couples choosing their own partners. But her wonder turns to terror when palace guards spot her in the market square. A high-speed chase erupts through the narrow streets. Kira runs desperately, her alien agility helping her leap across rooftops and squeeze through tight spaces. But she is outnumbered, and her pursuers know the city better. Cornered in an alley with laser rifles pointed at her, she closes her eyes and waits for capture. The sound of human weapons changes everything. Tom Blake and his crew member Jake emerge from cover, their projectile weapons catching the Voltaran guards off guard. In the confusion, Tom grabs Kira's hand and leads her through a maze of back alleys toward the spaceport. "Who are you?" Kira gasps as they run. "Someone who doesn't like seeing people hunted," Tom replies. They reach his ship. Just as palace security surrounds the spaceport, Tom makes a split-second decision that will change both their lives. He takes off with the alien princess aboard, making them both fugitives from one of the galaxy's most powerful empires. As the Aurora's Dream jumps to hyperspace, Kira experiences her first taste of freedom among the stars. But Tom has no idea he just started an intergalactic incident that could lead to war between humanity and the Voltaran Empire. Asterisk, cultural clash and growing understanding aboard the Aurora's Dream. 2. Completely different worlds collide. Kira has never seen a human up close, and Tom has never met Voltaran royalty. Their first days together are filled with awkward misunderstandings and cultural shocks. Kira struggles with basic ship life. She has never prepared her own food, operated simple technology, or made personal decisions. Everything from choosing what to wear to deciding when to sleep overwhelms her. Tom watches in amazement as someone who could command armies fumbles with a food dispenser. Meanwhile, Tom tries to understand the magnitude of his actions. News feeds across the galaxy report the princess's disappearance. The Valteron Empire issues ultimatums to every system, demanding her return. Prince Dral publicly declares that he will hunt down her kidnappers personally. But as days pass, something unexpected happens. Kira begins to bloom in ways that surprise them both. Away from ceremony and protocol, her natural intelligence and curiosity emerge. She learns to operate ship systems with remarkable speed and asks endless questions about human culture and the wider galaxy. Tom finds himself drawn to this alien woman who sees wonder in everything he takes for granted. When she tastes chocolate for the first time, her joy is infectious. When she watches a human movie and laughs at the humor, he realizes that beneath the blue scales and violet eyes, they share something fundamentally similar. Their conversations grow deeper. Kira tells Tom about her lonely childhood, the weight of expectations, and her dreams of seeing distant worlds. Tom shares his own story, losing his family in a colony raid, joining the military, and eventually choosing the freedom of merchant trading over the structure of service. One evening, as they watch stars streak past in hyperspace, Kira asks Tom why humans seem so different from other races. He thinks carefully before answering. Maybe because we don't let traditions think for us. We decide for ourselves what's worth keeping and what's worth changing. The moment hangs between them, charged with possibility and danger, as both realize. Their feelings are growing beyond friendship into something that could reshape both their worlds. Pursuit intensifies as love blooms. Prince Dral leads a massive fleet across 3 star systems, following the trail of the Aurora's dream. His ships destroy 2 merchant stations, suspected of helping the fugitives, showing the galaxy that crossing the Valteron Empire brings swift punishment. Tom realizes they cannot run forever. They take refuge on Nexus Station, a neutral trading hub where different species mix freely. For Kira, it is like visiting a dream aliens of every shape and size, conducting business, sharing meals, and living together in relative harmony. She sees couples from different species walking hand in hand, something that would be forbidden in her rigid empire. At a small cantina, Kira experiences her first taste of true freedom. She dances to alien music, tastes foods from a dozen worlds, and laughs with beings who see her as just another traveler, not a princess or a political symbol. Tom watches her transformation with growing admiration and something deeper he hesitates to name, but their happiness is short-lived. Dral's forces arrive at Nexus Station, forcing Tom and Kira to flee once again. During their escape, their ship takes damage, and they crash land on a remote jungle planet called Haven. Stranded together, they must survive using only basic supplies and their growing trust in each other. Kira proves she is more than a pampered princess. Her royal education included survival training and tactical thinking. Tom sees her intelligence and strength in action as she helps him repair their ship and evade local predators. One night, around a campfire under alien stars, the truth comes out. Tom admits he could have turned her over to any number of systems for a reward that would set him up for life. Instead, he chose to protect her freedom. Why? Kira asks. Because everyone deserves the right to choose their own path, Tom replies. Kira realizes that this human has given her something no one else ever has the chance to discover, who she really is beneath the crown and ceremonies. In that moment, under the light of 3 moons, they kiss for the first time. Their love is tender but complicated by the reality of their situation. She is alien royalty. He is a human fugitive. Their relationship could start wars or change the galaxy forever. Asterisk love conquers tradition. Changes in Empire news of their relationship spreads across the galaxy through underground networks. To the Volteron Empire, it is the ultimate scandal. Their princess has not only fled her duties, but fallen in love with a primitive human. To others, it becomes a symbol of hope and change. Draal's pursuit becomes more desperate and violent. He attacks civilian ships and threatens entire systems, showing the galaxy the true face of Volteron honor. His actions begin to turn public opinion against the Empire and create cracks in their ancient alliances. On Haven, Tom and Kira make a decision that will echo through history. Instead of continuing to run, they choose to stand and fight for their right to be together. Kira records a message that Jake broadcasts across the galaxy, speaking directly to her people. In her message, she reveals the truth about her empire's cruelty and challenges the traditions that keep their people trapped. In fear, she speaks of love, choice, and the possibility of a better future. Her words ignite something that has been building for generations, a desire for change among common Valverans who have suffered under rigid tradition. When Draal finally corners them on Haven, he finds more than 2 fugitives. A small fleet of hulls. Ships has gathered humans, aliens, and even some Volteron rebels who believe in Kira's message of freedom. The confrontation becomes a battle for the soul of an empire. Emperor Voss faces a choice: destroy his own daughter to preserve tradition, or accept that the galaxy is changing and his empire must change with it. Watching his people rally behind Kira's message of hope, he realizes that love might be stronger than 1,000 years of rigid law. The story ends with Kira and Tom standing before a new council that includes representatives from many worlds. She has not abandoned her people. Instead, she has led them toward a future where tradition serves life, not the other way around. Their wedding becomes a celebration, attended by dozens of species, a symbol that love can bridge any gap. Tom, once a simple merchant, becomes an ambassador, helping to build new alliances based on choice rather than conquest. Kira keeps her title but transforms its meaning. No longer a symbol of rigid tradition, she becomes a leader who shows that even princesses have the right to choose their own destiny. The final scene shows them aboard their ship, now called New Dawn, traveling the galaxy together, not as fugitives, but as partners building a better future where love conquers fear and choice defeats tradition. The end.